right, Donovan. So listen, we covered the basis, for example, the beginning stages. All right, you need 250 videos minimum to do collaborations.
Yes.
Have a schedule for content.
Yes.
Have things in place where you actually make the content you love and care about, right? Now, let's say, for example, how do I go from, let's say, 5K subs to 10K, then 100K, then a million?
One word: consistency. And I remember when Myron used to come on my show, he used to talk about fitness, and the one thing that always stuck in my mind, your plan has to be consistent, which causes adherence. You have to have a schedule that you can consistently keep. YouTube, Rumble, it prioritizes consistency. People need to know when to find you. They need to know where to find you and when to find you. And what you really have to do as a content creator is you have to create a schedule in your fans' mind, right? Because all around the world there are different time zones, but if you're on at the exact same time every day, I think that's the quickest way to grow. Because, dude, I did TSR Live at 4:30 Eastern for like 3 years. That's when I shot to the top. Then when things started to tail off, I moved it back a little bit, called TSR Primetime. Then, I went up a little bit more. I've never done a late night show because I lived on the East Coast, but now I live in Reno. I live on the West Coast, so now I can start live streaming at 6, which is 9 o'clock on the East Coast. And again, I'm hoping that will sort of reinvigorate my channel. But the quick answer to your question, the biggest way to blow up is consistency. You can't stream on Monday and then Thursday and then no. It's got to be the same time. It's got to be the same days, the same time. Absolutely. It's got to be the same times. It's got to be the same day, same time, all the time.
I would argue if you're clean, you make good content, and you're consistent, the algorithm will actually reward you for that.
Yes. Yeah.
But obviously, us for shadow ban. So
the algorithm will reward consistency.
Yeah.
Not that it doesn't reward engagement and quality. But if you want a superpower in the YouTube game, consistency should be your superpower.
Good point.
Yep.
All right. So let's say doing the beginning steps, doing that as well, but things are taking forever, bro. It's been almost 6 months. I'm still at 40K subs.
Is that all? 6 months? Let me give you a little tip, man. Listen, you gotta play the long game. You gotta play the long game. In order to be, and I know the internet makes everything look microwave, like overnight. Nothing. Like, it's funny. They see an overnight meteoric rise because you'll see a creator go from 10,000 subscribers to 50,000 in a month, and people think that that's the norm. But what you don't see is that person is grinding their ass off behind the scenes. They're live streaming every day. They know what they're talking about. They're passionate about what they're talking about. They genuinely want to help people. But you got to play the long game. If somebody comes to me, man, Donovan, man, I've been at this for 6 months. I mean, like, what's the problem? My answer is, like I said, is that all? Because if you want to do this, you're going to have to understand that this is, honestly, it honestly might be a lifelong commitment. You might not do it for a lifetime, but you got to be prepared to do it for a lifetime.
I watched Mr. Beast's interview a couple months ago. He spoke about doing YouTube for 7 years before he blew up. And I was like, wait, 7 years?
Yeah.
No content, not getting no views. And I'm like, all right, I don't know too many people that would stick through doing YouTube, getting no views for seven years.
Yeah.
That to me is commitment. But then again, it paid off. Look who he is today.
And the reason why he kept doing it, even though he was on YouTube for 7 years, is because he loves what he does. Exactly. And listen, man, the reason I do what I do is because I wish I had a Donovan Sharp when I was coming up. That's the way I look at it. And I derive immense satisfaction from people telling me, you changed my life. Dude, you will never know, like, the money and everything is great, but you will never know the ecstasy that comes with grown-ass men telling me, hey, man, you changed my life, or I've been watching you since 2017 or 2020. Oh, well, you're right. See, I'm always late. I remember my very first appearance on FreshandFit. I had no idea what cap was.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah, I remember. I was like, yes, and don't cap. I'm an old guy. What are you gonna do?
Hey, it works, man. You make it work, bro.
I tried.
So listen, I'm all for staying in the game, keeping that longevity going, be consistent. Now let's bring in hate channels attacking you while you're on the way up. Because let's say someone wants to be an RP creator, right? We handle it very well because we're used to this type of hate. But let's say someone's watching from the inside out and wants to get into this. What are they looking forward to?
You need to look forward to the haters, because when people put out hit pieces about you, what do? They come to your channel. and they comment. Doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what they are commenting. The point is that you're getting engagement. I would advise guys, it's almost, I don't want to say look for the haters or look for those hit pieces, but I'm telling you, when you get hit pieces done on you, you have made it. You are like you are worthy of someone taking the time to shoot, cut, and edit a video about you. And people, like, we just had this FS1 fallout with, Joy Taylor and Skip Bayless and all that good stuff, right? And Joy Taylor's show Speak is now one of the highest rated on FS1. Now, it's not going to be that for long, but I mean, and listen, Joy Taylor should not be on TV, but it is what it is, right? So I would tell guys, like, you really need to embrace the hate, because I'll tell you this, when a lot of people blow up when people start hating on you, right? They'll talk shit about you and blah 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 blah, and you'll notice that you're steadily gaining subscribers. Embrace the hate. Listen, haters are your unpaid marketing team. And you know what? It's funny. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was thinking to myself, if I were advising someone, to do like a YouTube channel, I don't know, maybe hire someone off of Fiverr and have them do hit pieces on you. Because
that's funny you said that.
You know what I mean? If it bleeds, it leads. People are more likely to watch a hit piece on you than to watch you until they actually watch the hit piece.
So I struggle to understand relevancy in certain departments, because I'm like, why are some people more relevant than other people? And they do almost the same thing, but you know what it really is? It's the hate. Yeah. So imagine, right? Your timeline is filled with people that are hating on other people. So let's say, for example, I forgot about Donovan Sharp.
Yeah.
Well, I was out of the blue. I'm on X or I'm on YouTube, and I say, Donovan Sharp ends his YouTube channel. Here's a video. I'm like, oh
God.
shit.
Oh Jesus.
Donovan's
that
back?
actually happened to me.
Click it.
Yes.
Oh, Donovan's still here. Let me tap in. Now people that forgot about you are kind of like went away. Oh, he's still here. Let me go check him out.
Yeah.
Now, I got a friend, Casey Redbeard.
I've known him for years.
He does content all over the world with different girls. And he got his first taste of viralness when Ivan Preach made a video about him.
What?
Now, mind you, right? He's like, oh shit, bro, this is crazy. I'm like, bro, watch what happens next.
Congratulations.
So he had sales around a certain figure.
Sure.
It quadrupled after that. Yeah. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of power in being hated. Now, granted though, obviously you want to have some good in there too as well.
Sure.
But for the most part, being hated does lead to monetary gain, which, and surprisingly, you know who kind of made that a whole stick? Andrew Tate. He turned that hate into money. And
that's right.
Listen, man, I'll tell you this. At the end of the day, if you're relevant in the spirit of things, you can make money and make moves. But if you're not, you can make content, but nobody really cares.
You could be the world's greatest content creator. If other creators are not talking about you, for better or worse, you will never make it.
Yeah.
Again, and the hate, sometimes in the beginning it used to suck, but you really have to understand that once you start getting haters, and people say it all the time, haters are your biggest fans, but they don't really believe it, because when it happens to them, oh, what do I do? No, man. Embrace the hate, because if people are talking about you, that means you are relevant.
Perfect. Okay, Donovan, I've made the content. I'm a consistent creator. I'm doing all those right steps. How to monetize off the platform?
So the way I did it is, so how to monetize off the platform, I would do like Patreon or do your website. Do like, paid subscriptions, books, courses, et cetera, et cetera. That's how I made my money. Books, courses, and Womanese and things like that. If you have like a specialty, like in dating and relationships, like if you do relationship management, I would highly suggest doing books and courses, because if you're doing content, you can also do books, and it's easy. I mean, well, it's easy for me to write books, because I type quickly. But for me, if I were advising someone, I would say that the best way to monetize off the platform is to go multi-platforms, write a book, do a course, and do things, create content that's not on any platform, and then sell that offline. I think that's the formula.
Good point.
Yeah.
I remember Stepen Crowder got demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he went about it a totally different way. He was like, you know what? I got you guys. And then obviously Rumble came along, supported him. Shout out to Rumble, by the way.
Yeah.
The real bosses in the
free speech
platforms. And he started doing his own membership.
There you go.
And that covered more than YouTube revenue and more. and way more.
Yeah, that's what you guys did.
Yeah, pretty
right?
much.
That's what you guys did. You guys make more money now.
Yeah.
You guys were demonetized back in August of 21 or 22 or something like that.
Yeah.
You guys make more revenue now that you have been demonetized than you did when you were monetized. And again, if you get demonetized, and see, this is the thing. This is and I'm very, very fortunate. I don't know how this is, but I'm still monetized. I don't know how I'm still monetized, but I am. So I'm one of the fortunate ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, but I know my time is coming. I mean, at some point they're gonna, cut me from the partner program. But yeah,
I mean, I don't really think so, man. I think you got to be on their radar, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really. And I'm not on their radar
Yeah.
anymore. And I think
Yeah.
that's probably the reason. Which is fine with me. I don't care. Keep the super chats rolling in.
But this is the type of content that people don't really look into. I think you got to build relationships.
Yes.
Outside of the content creation world.
Yes, absolutely.
And a lot of people, they just make content. Okay, I'm a great creator. I'm this and that. But when it comes to making things happen, for the platform itself, if you're not able to negotiate, conversate, or even
Yes.
be in certain rooms, then it's almost they're going to shut you out at some point.
Yes.
So I think having that connection with people that are established in the industry helps a lot too. For example, Rumble.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you'd have Rumble.
Dude, I don't know where we would be without
Exactly.
Rumble. And I've said this for years. Any man can do anything he wants to do. You just can't do it alone. Like,
Yeah, you need a team.
yeah, you need like we need each other, man. I don't think any of us would be where we are today if not for each other. And I told you earlier, MLD, I was having a conversation with him. He's like, dude, we all made the most money when we were all working together. And I also think that relationships are absolutely one of the key. Relationships are probably one of the most important elements of content creation, to be honest with you. And I know a lot of guys like to go solo, and you don't want to have to rely on anybody. And I get that. But you've got to put yourself out there. You have to build relationships because if you don't build relationships, you're going to be on an island. So, like, for example, like I've been shadow banned and this and that and the third, but I have a good relationship with you guys, and this will help me to get subscribers and this and that and the third. If you're shadow banned but you don't know anybody, you're a man on an island without a team. So I agree.
All right, good points.